Hey guys, Thomas Messon here, owner of Social Flare, and I'm really excited to give you guys some amazing value for any agency owners, how to really create your own agency. And I'm going to go over a few steps that I've learned along the way. I've been an agency owner for well over 3 years now, and I absolutely love it, doing really well. Some of my clients gain anywhere from 300, sometimes up to 1,000 followers per night. And so it's incredible. I mean, a lot of people right now think that automation is dead, and for many, that is true. That is the case for 99.9% of people. Right now, there are a few agency owners still left. I'm one of them. Social Flare is still one of them, and we're the #1 organic growth company, out. I haven't seen anyone come close to the results that we provide our clients for the affordable price that we have. And it's, amazing. And I've gone through a ton of ups and downs, and that's why I'm creating this video, is because I want to help you guys win in 2020 for Instagram automation. Step number 1 is going to be develop a bulletproof mindset and think ahead. You need to be thinking ahead all the time when it comes to this plan, because, the methods that work now aren't going to work tomorrow. They're not going to work next week. They're not going to work next month or next year. Everything changes. If there's one thing that is true, we know that change is always a constant, and that the methods that work right now will not be the same methods that I will be using a week from now, a month from now, because Instagram catches on, they shut it down. As an agency owner, you need to know that before you go through all the blood, sweat, and tears, you need to understand that it's really hard. It's actually 10 times harder than you ever think that it would be. So there is a huge price to pay as an agency owner, as someone that is willing to take on clients for Instagram growth. It's very unfortunate, someone that doesn't even do automation gets banned. They get account blocks and like blocks and DM blocks, even if they're not even on automation. So Instagram has a ton of bugs. It's messed up. The average user can't even try to grow themselves without ads. And we know that they just are forcing us to push out and buy ads. It's ridiculous, right? I mean, as a business standpoint, it's smart and it's totally fine. But for the average consumer, even if you were trying to follow and unfollow or like or do a 180 strategy where you leave comments on your community, you can't even do that anymore. Even without automation, if you're just doing it by hand, you're going to get blocked. So there's a ton of roadblocks. There's a ton of issues. Instagram wants nothing to do with automation. They want nothing to do with organic growth. They want everyone to funnel money into their ads. And that is going to be the end of them at the end of the day, unless they change it, because we're going to be forced to pay for this app, which would be fine if it was like an upfront cost where you could do unlimited automation. You could do everything that you wanted. I would definitely do that. Are you kidding me? But they need to make money, and so they want to crush agency owners because they want the ad money. So you need to understand what you're up against. You're up against a multi-trillion-dollar company. Maybe not trillion, but billion-dollar company. Facebook and Instagram, they don't want people like us. So we need to move quietly. We can't share people methods. It's one thing that's hurting us, is because these YouTubers go on YouTube and they share all the messages, or all the methods rather, and they ruin it for everyone. So if you're someone that's watching this, that's a big YouTuber, don't ever explain the methods unless you want to destroy your credibility, because what works today is not going to work tomorrow. When someone from Instagram watches these videos, you can't tell the people the methods. You can't. You just can't anymore, because it's going to get blocked, right? So the methods that work right now are not going to work tomorrow. I guarantee it. Everyone is having a great wave right now, where a few people, right? But these methods aren't going to work. So you always need to think ahead. You always need to think in the future. If this current method goes down, what is the next method that I'm going to have in place for my clients, right? Because why would you want your clients to miss out on their 30-day plan, right? If they're missing 10, 15, 30 days, you have no clue what you're doing. You're in scramble mode because the software or the person you're currently with isn't delivering. You need to have backup plan on backup plan on backup plan. I wish that I had that. You cannot rely on one thing. You cannot rely on one company or one person or one software to do this for you. You need to be smart. You need to think ahead. You need to really sit down and game plan. And if everything goes to hell right now, what can I do to still grow the clients, right? And there's many, many different methods. There's many things out there. You need to do your research. You need to read on it. And most importantly, you need to collab with other agency owners. You need to collab and get into a personal relationship with a agency owner, because most of the time they're not going to tell you the methods. Why? Because it'll get shut down. We can't let people know the methods. It needs to be private, unfortunately. So yeah, like I said, as an agency owner, there's a huge price to pay, right? It's really difficult. It's hard. Clients get really mad, right? If they have messages, or they have account compromised messages, or if they can't get into their account because their password isn't being reset, and there's Instagram errors and bugs and glitches. Like, people get really mad and triggered when you're messing with their social media page. So you need to let people know up front that, hey, automation it's not necessarily the safest thing. You could run into issues. You could run into blocks. It's the truth when you run software automation. That's just the truth. And the truth doesn't sound good, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is that Instagram wants nothing to do with automation. So they're going to shadow ban you. They're going to limit your reach. They're going to do like blocks and follow blocks and all this stuff, right? So yes, if you want followers, we can get you the followers. We can get you engagement. We can get you growth, but it's to the expense of your trust score with Instagram. All automation, no matter who you're with, it's going to hurt the trust score. I don't care what anyone says. Whatever company you're with, whatever person you're working with, automation is going to hurt your trust score with Instagram. Their engagement may go down a little bit. Their story views may go down a little bit. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they are getting way more traffic. They are getting way more followers. And if they're really targeted, then maybe it could level out, right? If they're super highly targeted targets, which is the most important thing. And that's one tip that I'm going to give you. It's who you target and the message and the call to action that you have in place. I'll plant that seed, and that's the most I'm going to say, because that's tens of thousands of dollars. Embrace that and really understand that and apply that. It's really important. And so the call to actions, right? So if you're sending out messages, right, make sure you have a call to action. It's really, really important. And like 2020, I'm really excited to see, what's going to come. Right now, this is like the depression for Instagram growth. Pretty much everyone's quit. It's basically the end. Even my mentors that I looked up to that taught me everything that I know, they're done. They don't know how to do it anymore. They're crushed. They were relying on Jarvee. They were relying on these other softwares. They had all their eggs in one basket. But you need to think ahead. You need to know other methods. You need to have the next plan in place for your clients, right? Because if your clients are paying you all this money and they go out for 10 days, that looks horrible on you, right? And you're going to get all this. Yeah, it's tough, guys, right? It's really tough, but it is what we signed up for. If you're willing to pay the price, you can win really big, because there's huge opportunity right now. No one's really doing it. So there's a lot of people looking for it. It's in really high demand right now. People are willing to pay a great amount for this because it is important. Gaining more eyeballs, gaining more exposure, getting more sales is very important for an influencer, a business owner, right? So for agency owners out there, I do have a course, a private course that isn't online. You're going to have to reach me personally. I will have my cell phone connected down below. I will share the link with you, but it's a course where I go over how I built my agency to over $80,000 the first year. I'll have screenshots. I'll have my Shopify account. I'm going to literally have the entire course of my business model, right? So what helped me make $80,000 in 1 year, I'm going to give it all away. It's very affordable. Reach out to me. You can text me, and I'm going to give you my entire blueprint, the methods I'm currently doing, the software I'm currently with, how I'm getting sales, how I'm structuring it, how I'm getting reoccurring payments every single month, right? I'm going to teach you how to set up all of that. It is difficult, but I have been through it all, right? I've seen it all, so I can help you guys with all the roadblocks that you may have if you're starting the agency in 2020. It's the most important investment you could ever put in. We can provide you, more truthful information than anyone else on Instagram or YouTube, because most of these people aren't going to really share the truth with you. We will. I will. And so if you guys want that course, send me a text message. I'll have my number down below. You can reach me, and I will have the entire course, the entire blueprint to help you potentially make $80,000 your first year. So with that being said, we will talk to you guys in the next one.